Whoops. Hey there, this is Darren. I am in Chennai, India, and questions coming up in the hallway have been really insightful, and I keep I got to remind myself. So I'm reminding myself while I remind you that, do you keep track of the questions your audience asks after you speak? And two people just, hey Steve, hey Satish, two people just asked me in the hallway here, what are my best tips? Or what, one gentleman told me about the keynote speech that he was creating, and he told me all about it, and I asked him the same thing I asked the young lady who asked me for a tip. I said, who's your coach? What? And one gentleman that I just spoke to I asked him, so who's your mentor? Who's your coach? And he explained the gentleman he was learning from. I said, well, is he world class? And he thought about it, and he said, well, he's been a Toastmaster for a while, and, he's a really good Toastmaster and Toastmaster. And I said, yeah, but is he world class? And he had to really stop and think about it. And I explained that, without Mark Brown, I would have never grown. And the analogy that popped into my head was my mom. My mom's a gardener, and every March, she lives in New England, every March she plants these tiny little seeds in these tiny little pots. And she puts them in a solarium, so it's this sunroom that it gets, it's inside, but it gets the heat and the sunlight and everything. And I asked him, I said, but what if she in May didn't take them out of those little tiny pots and plant them out in the garden? They would never have a chance to grow. I said, Toastmasters is awesome, and it changed my life, not just my speaking, but my life, my confidence. And I said, but it wasn't until I met Mark Brown that everything changed, and I started looking at things differently. I started seeing world-class techniques. So who's your coach? So the questions that people ask you are going to give you the insights into maybe what you could create for product, maybe copy for your website page. It's so important to just pay attention to those questions. In my program, Get Paid to Speak, one of the things I teach people to do is to wear their microphone, wear their little lavalier MP3 recorder. And when you do, keep it going after the fact. When people come up to you after the presentation, that's when they've got these great questions. But it's going to tell you what you are missing or what they want more of, and it's going to be so insightful. Because when they're asking you after the fact, you're not going to remember what they said, because you're so caught up in the speaker's high that you really can't absorb it all. But you go back and listen after when you can be a little more relaxed. And you'll definitely get some insights into what else you could create, what other blog articles you could write, maybe YouTube videos you could create. But the questions that you get in the hallway, especially after you speak, are gold. And they're going to tell you more about your presentation and also how to create good copy to help sell what it is you do. So just asking the question, who's their coach? You got both of these people to kind of step back and think. And it's like, if you want to be world class, you need to learn from someone who's world class. And anyway, I thought it would be a cool little lesson to share. So thanks for listening. I hope that helps. Got to run across to the event center for tonight's event, where we kick off the District 82. Yeah, I have to look at the sign. District 82. I go to District 41 tomorrow in Calcutta. But nice people, really making me feel welcome. And anyway, what are you going to do? Will you pay attention to the questions?